Hi, my name is Catherine Price, and I'm the Division Manager for Education and Engagement with the Cumberland River Compact. The Cumberland River Compact's mission is to enhance the health and enjoyment of the Cumberland River and its tributaries through education, collaboration, and action. And right now we're standing in front of the Cumberland River, which provides clean and abundant water for the about 3 million people and thousands of species across our region. If you go outside in Nashville, you'll see a treasure trove of opportunities to learn about the environment and environmental action, from wetlands to waterways to greenways and green streets to urban forests. We have a lot of opportunity right here to learn about the environment. In order to have clean and abundant water now and in the future, we need to grow a community of people that are connected to nature, have meaningful skills and actions that they can take, and also feel like they're part of a broader community that's able to make change. And environmental education can make that happen. So let's jump back inside to see what's happening right here in Nashville. In recent years, more Metro Nashville Public Schools, or MNPS, have started offering environmental science courses as an option for high school credit. There are several different reasons why we're seeing this shift to more environmental science. First, environmental science is seen to better prepare students for biology, which is a state-tested subject. Additionally, environmental science may be more accessible for English learning students or EE or exceptional education students as well. And this is particularly important in Metro Nashville Public Schools because of the diversity of students. Students speak about 138 different languages and have about 148 different countries of origin as well. Although the school district is excited about this transition to more environmental science, they have limited capacity in order to support these educators. Additionally, a lot of the teachers who are teaching environmental science are coming from another background like biology or physical science because there is not a teaching credential for environmental science. Here in Tennessee, 2025 and the 2026 school year is also a big year for science curriculum because they're unveiling new standards for many courses as well as new curriculum. So it's really an opportunity to get in on the early phase as these schools are going to be adopting this curriculum for the next 8 to 10 years. Additionally, the school district here sees a lot of value in the opportunity to embed that local environmental content into the curriculum that they're providing for environmental science educators. From an environmental perspective, we know the issues that we're going to face in the future are going to require a lot of complex problem solving. They're going to require consideration of social, economic factors in order to create solutions. And so it's really important that we're able to engage students in environmental science education and engage them in a systemic way that we can ensure as many people as possible can receive this opportunity to learn about crucial environmental science topics. The Cumberland River Compact also sees a great opportunity to capitalize on these school-based opportunities where we can really embed our thinking and our way of addressing these issues into the course content that students are already going to be asked to take at the school level. In order to address this need, the Cumberland River Compact launched a partnership with Metro Nashville Public Schools to develop a curated set of curriculum-based professional learning. Curriculum-based professional learning pairs high-quality instructional materials with high-quality professional learning. In addition to that, we also were able to bring in that local content and be able to provide opportunities for teachers to connect their content to what's happening here in Nashville. Another goal of this partnership is to elevate environmental science educators so that they feel supported by their peers that are teaching environmental science at other schools as well as from the compact. And we're doing this by creating intentional opportunities for teacher-to-teacher collaboration. To develop this framework, we partnered with Vanderbilt University and Dr. Heidi Carlone's lab to develop a framework based on the instructional strategies of ambitious science teaching as well as the principles of curriculum-based learning. Ambitious science teaching supports students in tackling authentic and meaningful science phenomena with attention to students' histories, social interactions, and local and global communities. Ambitious science teaching is becoming a more and more common approach that we're seeing across different school districts with wide-reaching impacts. And as mentioned in the definition, ambitious science teaching uses both phenomenons as well as models. So a phenomenon is an observable event that occurs in the universe that you can use your scientific knowledge to explain or predict. And using phenomenon helps students to focus on figuring something out and allows them to explore a topic before they are asked to explain it. And then using models helps to make learning visual by allowing an opportunity to elicit student ideas and create a way for students to revise their thinking as they explore. So when students use models, teachers can see their prior knowledge, but also see the knowledge that they're learning and gaining along the way. Models also allow teachers to then design their units and what they're going to do with their learning sequence around sort of the pre-existing knowledge of students and some of those gaps that they may have. So with this framework in mind, we led 2 professional development workshops as part of the district's required professional development days and their science content in service day. In our workshop, we took a local phenomenon, which was 2 litter traps that the Cumberland River Compact has installed in Nashville that collect litter from streams. And we used this phenomenon to allow teachers to be science learners and explore concepts in the environmental science curriculum like watersheds and waterways and land use and of course many other things. Again, we had teachers in science learner mode for most of this time, so they created an initial understanding to explore why we were seeing these 2 different litter traps with 2 different amounts of trash in them. And then they generated questions that they needed to explore in order to revise their thinking. We then had opportunity for them to explore these questions. So the benefit of starting with this approach is that, again, it allows the students to explore before they explain. It also de-emphasizes the need to get it right at the first time. You're given very little information, so most likely your explanation is not going to be complete at that time. And then again, it allows those teachers to really easily see what gaps or even misconceptions students might have. And we saw this a lot as facilitators when we were facilitating in this way, that we saw misconceptions about water flow and water use that we didn't even realize teachers had until we asked them to sort of explain their thinking and using a model. And for environmental educators, this kind of approach may feel really familiar because it is using a lot of the tenets that we think about in non-formal education. So it's a great way to sort of lean on the skills that you may have as an environmental educator and think about how that might apply to a classroom teacher as well. After teachers as science learners had their initial opportunity to share their thinking, we then did different hands-on exploration activities for them to learn and improve their knowledge. After that, they were able to really go back, revise their models, think about what they had learned throughout that process. Throughout this workshop, another challenge that we really faced was this opportunity to lean into the new curriculum that the school district was providing. So we wanted to, of course, include information that we already had in other curriculum and lessons and resources, but we also had to value the fact that the district was really investing in this curriculum, and we needed to think about how to align that in the professional learning. So we created a unit planning activity that included both activities from their new curriculum as well as activities from the Cumberland River Compact for teachers to sort of practice how they would design a unit using this approach. And that let them have the opportunity to learn more about the curriculum and also think about sequencing it in a way that connects to that phenomenon that we were using. And finally, there's so many really cool things that our organization does and we see throughout Nashville, and we wanted to have an opportunity for teachers to see other phenomenon that they could use in the classroom. So we created what we called a phenomenon fair, where we invited staff from across our divisions to come and talk about other aspects of the compact's work, like our mineland reforestation work, or our urban tree canopy work, or river-friendly farming, or biodiversity of an island in the Cumberland River, and then also looking at our stream restoration programs. And this was an opportunity for teachers to spark more interest about phenomenon and then think about how they could use those in the classroom. Through these initial professional development workshops on environmental science, we were excited to reach 22 teachers across the district representing 14 schools that were teaching environmental science. We also included a mind pie as an evaluation technique throughout the workshop so that we could really get an idea of what teachers were learning. And it was really fun to see over the 2 workshops just how much people were able to move towards feeling more solid, more rocks on that mind pie, or also maybe even adding more leaves and realizing that maybe they had more to learn than they even anticipated about it. One of the next steps for our environmental science partnership is to continue to elevate environmental science teachers and join them for more reflection and collaborative planning opportunities. Additionally, we hope to continue to provide more resources that use the ambitious science teaching approach, but also are aligned with their existing environmental content and their curriculum that they're asked to teach on. We've also put together an opportunity for us to come into the classroom and facilitate activities alongside the teacher and aligning existing programs that we have to the specific units and curriculum that environmental science educators are teaching. We also plan to provide additional professional development throughout the school year so we can continue to support the teachers as they roll into Q2 and Q3 and Q4. We're also going to be including opportunities within that for teachers to bring in student work to really provide an opportunity to interrogate how their instructional strategies were working or weren't working in areas that they can improve on together.